so controversial, yet apparently so brave. Palworld looks dope. Okay, now wait. I know what you're thinking, right? Hey, Mr. EMP, right? As a black man, there's no reason why you should be advocating for a game where slavery is one of the main things in the game. My response to that is, let's be real about what Pokemon is, guys. It is me, Mr. EMP for I Make Plays TV. What you get is what you see when you're vibing with me, right? And I have to establish right now that we speak the real on this channel. I'm gonna let you guys know how I feel on this channel. And I feel like Palworld, right? The latest game showed by, let me find the company, Pocketpair Incorporated, a Japanese game company founded in 2015. Their latest game, Palworld, I think it's getting a bad rap. If you guys are not familiar, a couple of days ago, Pocketpair went ahead and dropped a trailer for their newest game, Palworld. Palworld is very much a Pokemon clone, right? In the same vein as a bunch of these other Pokemon clones that are out there, all these other monster hunting games where you collect and you fight the monsters, things like that, right? There are a bunch of them. I guess some would say Shin Megami Tensei and things like Temtem, which is the most obvious direct Pokemon clone, right? I guess Shin Megami Tensei has been around for a while and it's like just monster hunting, right? Monster collecting. It's not exactly like Pokemon, but regardless, these things have existed for some time, and because these things have existed for some time, there are going to be clones that pop up. Shit, there are even going to be things like shameless asset flips that pop up, right? And some will say that that's what Palworld is. When you look at Palworld, there are a lot of elements from the game that look to be directly from Sword and Shield. Some of the creatures look exactly the same, just recolors, reswaps, right? And that is something that needs to be noted. But I think what really needs to be noted, and the reason why Palworld has caught my attention, is because it does many of the things that I've been wanting Pokemon to do, and it does them fairly interestingly, right? Now, Pokemon is Nintendo's most stagnant franchise. We've discussed Pokemon and what we're expecting from them in Nintendo E3 next week, right? We discussed that on the podcast, and it should be on a video on the YouTube channel here in a bit. But what we talked about is the fact that they have not, in a very, very long time, changed how they operated. They have not, in a very, very long time, changed their core gameplay tenets. The things that they have changed in Pokemon, I personally feel, are bad things, right? Making the core experience extremely easy, cutting down the amount of Pokemon that are in the game. Dexit, right? I'm sure you guys are familiar with Dexit. If you're not, that's like they cut out a bunch of the Pokemon that are in the game and then resold them to everybody as DLC, right? The infantile story, treating everybody like children, right? We've complained about these things with Pokemon for years. Every franchise, Mario, Zelda, Luigi's Mansion, anything that Nintendo has their hands on and their property on, from its beginning iteration, it has changed. It is almost unrecognizable what it is now to what it was back in the day, except Pokemon. Pokemon is the same, essentially bare minimum effort, with a lot of things pulled back so that is palatable for even the tiniest of brain dead children, right? That's absolutely fine. I can understand appealing to those people. However, it does not appeal to me. Now, I'm not saying that everything here that Palworld does appeals to me, right? But Palworld takes some chances here, all right? So you're seeing things like open world, right? Destructible environments, the ability to actually reach out and touch your creatures, your pals, whatever they're called, right? Petting your creatures, or even using them as human shields, right? Or I guess not human shields, pal shields, right? All of these things are things that you know, I've asked for and wanted from Pokemon as a franchise for a very long time, and things that I felt like Pokemon should have as a franchise and should have had for a very long time. Now, that's not to say that they won't have it with Arceus. I'm not sure what they're going to have with Arceus, but right now, Pocketpair, this Japanese studio founded in 2015, is showing me that they can take their assets, right? Take these assets and put them in a fairly interesting game with adult themes and adult manners. I know you're thinking, oh God, he just thinks that, oh, there's guns, so it's adult themes and this, that, and the third. The world of Pokemon is a world with many different types of people in it. I know when you listen to them talk, and the fact that everybody just speaks about Pokemon and everybody's obsessed about Pokemon, it's the only thing that they talk about, think about, they breathe it, right? You don't really get the scope that it's a full living, breathing world when you're playing the game, but it absolutely is. And if you've been playing the game for a very long time, like I have, you know that, right? If you've been watching the series for a very long time, you know that. Everybody's up in arms about the existence of guns in this universe. Ash has had the blicky pulled out on him multiple times in the show. They've banned the episode in the United States, but Ash has had the guns pulled out on him multiple times in the series of Pokemon. It is a thing. It is a thing that has happened. Guns do exist. People are very much up in arms about the fact that you can apparently slaughter and eat your Pokemon, or I'm sorry, your pals in this game, right? In Palworld. Well, if you remember, one of the main plots of one of the old Pokemon games is that Team Rocket is selling Slowpoke Tail, because in the world of Pokemon, Slowpoke Tail is a delicacy, right? It's frowned upon to eat Slowpoke Tail, the same way that in this world it notes that it's frowned upon to slaughter off your pals and eat them, but you certainly can do it. And if Slowpokes get eaten like that, if their tails get eaten like that, it is not beyond the realm of possibility to think that multiple creatures in the Pokemon world are used as sustenance for other creatures in the Pokemon world, for humans in the Pokemon world. Slowpoke tail is a delicacy, right? So obviously these things are being eaten, right? One of the main things that people were talking about, one of the main things that worries me and I wanted to touch on, is the slave labor aspect of it. Everybody's like, oh my God, look at it. You can make them slaves. Oh, slave labor in this game, right? Well, I don't know if you realize this, but in Pokemon, in the Pokemon world, it is a large part of their society that Pokemon work. They work. They're forced to do labor. And I know what you think, oh no, they're not forced to do labor, right? They love their masters, and so they're doing labor. Really, at the end of the day, they are being forced to work and not being paid. Geodude and Machop and Onyx and Clefairy, right? Because Clefairy, I think, is the one that works with Nurse Joy. What is it? Growlithe, Arcanine. Are they being paid? I'm confused as to what you're thinking is going on here and what you think the nature of these relationships are. Now, what I'm seeing when I look at Palworld is a role-playing game, right? And Pokemon is a role-playing game as well, right? But Pokemon clearly defines the role that they want you to play. They want you to play a 10-year-old going on their first Pokemon journey and rising to the role of champion, right? That's the role that they want you to play. The role in Palworld, from what I'm seeing, is a bit less clear. See, the role in Palworld that they want you to play is what you want to be, from what I'm understanding. And that appeals to me personally. It's almost a Mass Effect type of vibe, except this game doesn't seem to hit you with the stark contrast of Paragon and Renegade, right? This game, with your ability to use your Pokemon as shields and sell them off and eat them and everything like that, they allow you to be as good or as wicked as you want to be. Do you want to be the paragon of virtue, like the 10-year-old who stops the evil team, saves the world, and rises to champion? Or maybe you want to be Giovanni, Maybe you want to play a game where you have the option to lead your own evil team, to be as bad as you want to be. I mean, weren't a lot of games back in the day? Aren't a lot of games still pushing that? Pushing the choice to be who you want to be? I don't know. It seems from when I'm looking at this game as if they're telling me that you can play this how you choose to play this. They have scenes where you're petting your pal, right? You're loving your pal. You and your pal look like you're having the most fun ever, right? And that's great. I love those scenes. I'm sure their hearts were warmed in the scenes where he's petting the lichen rock. Oh man, amazing. Hearts warmed, right? And then those same people gasp. Oh God, you can eat them, or you can make them make guns or whatever. You're shooting them and this, that, and the third. Look. I do not personally feel as though this game is making you be a bad person. I haven't played it yet, but from what I'm seeing, I don't feel like this game is making you be a bad person. You can be a good person. You can be a bad person in this world, right? And if you want to be a good person in this world, then go through and play this game like a good person. You have that right. You have that prerogative. If somebody wants to be a bad person in this world, they have that right and they have that prerogative as well. The important thing is that this game, this little company, this game made by this little company with all these asset flips and everything like that, this game is doing things that Pokemon has not done yet properly. Right? We got a taste of Pokemon multiplayer in Pokemon Let's Go, right? We got a taste of that. I mean, and you're in the wild area, you can do the max raid battles, but that's not really Pokemon multiplayer, right? Not really. We got a taste of it in Pokemon Let's Go. The closest thing we have to it now is Temtem's multiplayer, right? Temtem has multiplayer. We don't have an open world just yet. We got a taste of that in the wild area. But from what I'm looking at, maybe I'm wrong, this appears to be an open world. We desperately ask for the abilities to reach out and touch our Pokemon, to have our Pokemon at the very least follow us as we walk across whatever region that we're in, right? That's what we ask for. This game actually gives you the option to reach out, take cover with your Pokemon, use your Pokemon forever how you want to. You can actually interact with your creature. And not only the creature, the world, destructible environments. There was a destructible environment. They hit something with something and the building collapsed. Pokemon and Game Freak are not doing anything like that. I haven't seen anything like that from Pokemon and Game Freak. And I want something like that from Pokemon and Game Freak. Now look, if they want to make this game, if Pokemon and Game Freak want to make this game without the guns and the polish that I know that they have the money to deliver, I am all for it. But that doesn't mean that this game is out of pocket for handling things in a more mature way and acknowledging all of these things that do exist in the Pokemon world and just kind of putting them to the forefront, right? And not pretending like these things aren't happening and existing, and that the only thing that matters is the Pokemon League or whatever, right? I mean, isn't that all like kind of reductive storytelling? Are we kind of past that? I don't know. I feel like I'm a little past that. And I'm interested to see what Palworld is going to be, but Pocketpair does not have the greatest reputation from what I understand. Their last game was a game called Craftopia. Not at all familiar with that, though it has a very similar look to what we have here with Palworld. Palworld, that might even be like a I don't even know like what to call it, right? Like part of that engine, right? Made with the same engine. So who knows? who knows what this is going to end up being like. And I fully expect Nintendo, because we have those asset flips, to hit it with a cease and desist anyway, right? Like, it's not going to exist for very long anyway, right? But if they do stay up, I'm not mad at what they're doing. At least that's me personally, right? Let me know how you guys feel about it in the comment section. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, all that other beautiful shit that YouTubers ask you to do. Bell icon stuff. Yeah, guys, it's been wonderful. This has been EMP for I Make Plays TV. I'll see y'all next time.